The town of Willow Bay was quiet by day and mysterious by night. Nestled along the rugged shoreline, its winding streets led Lara Hayes to her temporary new beginning, a weathered cottage with peeling blue paint and an ocean's lull for a neighbor. She unpacked her life one box at a time, each photo and paintbrush a memory of what she'd lost. It was here, far from the city's noise and her ex's laughter lingering in every shadow, that Lara hoped to paint again. That first night, the sky was velvet black and pounding with stars. Lara wrapped herself in a blanket and wandered down to the pebbled shore, the salty wind slipping through her hair. She gazed up, paint-stained fingers tracing imaginary constellations. She drew comfort from that endless sky, shakily holding onto its vastness. A voice, gruff, hesitant, shattered the silence. "You're not from here." Lara started, heart racing. A man stood a few feet away, holding a tangled net and smelling faintly of the sea. His eyes were stormy gray beneath shaggy brown hair. "No," Lara replied, unsure if she should stay. "Just moved in. It's quieter than I expected." He studied her, then turned his gaze to the stars. "They don't seem quiet to me. Never have." She smiled, curiosity bubbling. "You come here often?" He shrugged. "When the water won't let me sleep." Lara tucked a strand of hair behind her ear, wondering what haunted this fisherman under the sane stars that comforted her. Their silence was almost as heavy as the waves. He hesitated, then offered a gruff introduction. "Theo. Most people here know me, though I doubt they'd recognize me in daylight." "Lara." They stood together, alone but not, letting the sounds of the ocean fill the spaces their words left behind. In that moment, Lara wondered if it was possible to let someone in again. Little did she know, her answer would come with the tides and the quiet, watchful eyes of Theo. The next morning, Lara awoke to the sound of gulls and the steady hush of surf against stone. Outside her window, sunlight gleamed over the water, painting everything with a golden sheen. For a moment, the ache in her chest softened. Setting up her easel on the cottage porch, Lara dipped her brush into cobalt and tried to capture the brilliance of morning. But her thoughts kept circling back to Theo, the fisherman with sorrowful eyes. She wondered what kept him wandering the shoreline at night. A knock came at her door, startling her. When she opened it, a woman with a sun hat and a basket smiled warmly. "You must be the new tenant. I'm May. I live next door. Thought you could use a little welcome." Lara relaxed, accepting the basket of scones. "Thank you, I'm Laura. Just trying to settle in." May's gaze drifted to the easel. "You paint? You should enter the Harbor Arts Festival next month. It's a big deal around here. People come from all over to see the local talent." Lara shook her head. I'm not sure I'm ready to show anyone my work." "Think about it," May said, her eyes kind. "Sometimes we have to let others in so we can move forward. Also, watch out for Theo down at the docks. Keeps to himself, but he's good people." As the sun dipped low that evening, Lara wandered toward the pier, her heart beating with anticipation and nerves. Sure enough, she found Theo quietly untangling blue nets, humming a tune the wind almost swallowed. "Hey," she called softly, and he looked up, surprised, yet not unhappy to see her. "You always watch the sky?" he teased, wiping his hands on his jeans. Laura tilted her head, watching the last blush of daylight fade. "It feels like starting over. You?" He shrugged, glancing out to sea. "Some things you watch because you're afraid you'll miss them if you blink. Like a good catch, or a starlit night." They sat together on the end of the dock, feet dangling above the water. "You ever think about leaving?" she asked, voice small. He hesitated, the shadow falling across his features. "Once, had someone who wanted me to, but I stayed." Laura listened, feeling walls begin to crack between them. As the evening star blinked on, Theo finally glanced her way. "You paint, I fish, both of us trying to pull something beautiful from the unknown." A small, understanding smile played at her lips. Maybe, she thought, what she was searching for was right here, under all this starlight. Days, Laura found herself drawn to the shore each evening, paintbox tucked under her arm and questions swirling in her heart. Her cottage grew crowded with paintings, moonlit waves, weathered boats, and lately a fisherman's silhouette beneath a spangled sky. One restless evening, she caught Theo mending nets beneath the old boathouse. He spotted her, a hint of a smile flickering across his lips. "Here for another sky lesson?" he asked. She smiled. "Only if you're teaching." They walked along the rocky inlet, shoulders brushing just close enough. The world was painted in blue and silver. Laura listened as Theo spoke of sea storms and childhood days lost to salt and spray. She found herself telling him, almost without thinking, about city museums, about her old life, and the reason she left. Her voice trembled when she mentioned her ex, but Theo never pressed too hard. He only met her eyes when he thought she needed the space. At one point, Laura paused. "Why do you stay here, really?" He hesitated, the ocean stretching silent and vast behind him. "After my father passed, it was just me and this harbor. Felt like leaving would have meant letting go." A heavy pause settled between them, until Laura squeezed his hand, surprising herself with her boldness. "The people we lose aren't gone if we keep building things they'd be proud of." Theo looked away, blinking hard. "Do you ever not want to paint?" She laughed softly. "All the time, but the need is always stronger, like the tide." They ended the evening on the pier, where Theo handed her a tiny fishing charm carved from driftwood. "A local tradition," he explained, "supposed to bring courage." As Laura fingered the charm, her heart thumped uneasily, torn between the comfort of routine and the beginnings of something new. In the hush, Theo murmured, "Maybe you should enter the art festival. You've got more courage than you think." Before she could answer, the clouds parted, scattering the starlight between them. For the first time, Laura wondered, what would it mean to trust and to let go beneath this infinite sky?